You know what I'm hearing today loud and clear? The problem has not been what you think it has been, especially in relations with people. The problem has always been the fact that it's a whole different ball game to deal with someone who is all right being alone. And the problem goes so deep. I'm going to break it down. It has nothing to do with people feeling like they have more loyalty for other people than they do you, if this message is finding you. It has nothing to do with loyalty, because truly loyalty is something that I don't believe exists fully among human beings. If it does, I firmly believe that somebody has to get deeply hurt or has to set aside their desires for loyalty to be a thing in that restricted, rigid sense. But what I'm hearing today is the fact that it's a whole different ballgame to deal with someone that isn't going to be needy in that sense, meaning someone that doesn't grab a hold of people's throat and ask for their loyalty, ask for them to be there, to need people, to not have the capacity to think on your own or to deal with situations on your own. I've always found that people who need that much hands-on approach have always been given, whether it be true or not, a sense of loyalty from people. People are almost burdened by their pain for them. There is a sense of exaggeration, urgency towards taking care of these people. And people like that. People like to feel needed. They like to feel a sense of, if they're gone, then you're not going to be okay. It doesn't have to be maliciously felt, but this is something that people, whether they know it or not, recognize as a sense of loyalty, as a sense of love and care towards them. So it becomes a whole different ballgame to deal with you, to deal with someone who is actually better off alone more often than not. So what becomes of that kind of person is people are actually challenged more often than not to make your alone time a problem for you, to create situations in your life that make you feel unrecognized, that make you feel, sorry, there's a lint and it's really frustrating me, that make you feel a sense of underappreciatedness, desperation, things that could cause a lot of uneasiness when you're alone with yourself, because that's where you thrive. You're not demanding people be loyal to you. You're not demanding people set aside their desires and their nature. Let's just put it short here. You're more willing to see people as what they really are and for them to come to you as what they are. And that requires a lot of sense of security in you being by yourself. Whether you are stable doing it or not is beside the point. It's having a sense of easiness being on your own. People don't give you loyalty. People challenge you with that. People carrot you, bait you. They create situations in your life that make you feel like there are enigmatic situations going on, things that are going on behind your back that you should be aware of. A sense of more to go home to, more to go home with, baggage. If not just baggage that they can project onto you by making you feel a sense of insecurity, it's baggage that they give you, meaning calling onto you, needing you. But that's not in a negative sense, because I feel like some of you, some very few, tend to grab a hold of something I say and put wheels on it completely out of context. So let's all calm down for a second here and gather our thoughts, because what we're talking about is the fact that people feel a sense of, whether they know it or not, feeling betrayed, feeling like they're not loved, they're not needed, they're not appreciated, and that they can't trust you in the long run, that they can't rely on your steps in the long run because you're not in that sense of broken apartness. Like, you know yourself to some extent, and you're okay with what you know. You don't necessarily need people in that sense, even though you do, and we all do need people. But you're not the kind of person that would question the question of why me? Because I've been having a conversation about this today. The question of why me? A very ignorant question that comes from a place of unawareness, oblivion as to what you've been doing all your life and who you really are, what you truly deserve and what you need. But that's a stray point. I don't want to digress here. It's a whole different ball game. And this is why there's a lot of opportunistic approach towards you. People feel like they need to hurt you in order to see that you care. And it's not because they don't love you or appreciate you. I just need to make that apparent, because you're the one they don't want to lose. The thing is that they feel like they've already lost you because of your sense of security, even if it's very little compared to what's going on in this world. Your sense of security in, I'd rather actually be honest with myself and live with myself. So as I was saying, this is why people try to disregard you or make your alone time feel difficult. It's because the longer that you are away, the better that you become with yourself, with everything that is around you. It blossoms. And what I heard was, it's not good for business. And this is a lot of the subconscious approach that several people, and I'm sad to say that I'm still seeing this energy, even though a lot has changed, I'm still seeing this energy showing up. There is that kind of approach of desperation, people not wanting you to see their true face towards you because they feel like they can't predict what your response is going to be. They can't trust that you will be needy in the way that they want you to be. It's funny because you probably want a deep connection with people because you have accessed that within yourself. And being comfortable alone is actually a very stable, and regardless of how it's, portrayed in the society, it's a very stable characteristic. But it's not predictable. It's not something that people can pull on you like a string. It's separated. It is resonating on its own. And there is a sense of some people coming in just to cause a disturbance. And it could be in a very sneaky way too. It's funny because it's almost like they have a radar out for you. They have like this beeper that goes off when you're taking off, or your road is completely cutting away from them. And you've harnessed more and more of your, sense of security. Like, you're more into the vortex, as Abraham Hicks likes to put it. You're more in your center and connected, and everything around you just seems to be healing and bettering itself naturally. And there are these energies that truly see it like it's bad for business to have you alone, and it's also bad for business to be in your vicinity because they need to protect themselves. Like, this is something that they're not used to playing with. And of course, the mistake that they make is when they think they have to play, but it's something that they haven't tested the waters of. And a lot of it is actually a sense of not taking accountability for how you make them feel, for how parts of them feel a bit ugly in perspective to you because they haven't really dealt with what it means for them to stand and see people eye to eye. It always has to be some kind of imbalanced, somebody taking more than what they get and vice versa. It's challenging them And I just want to say, be aware of the people that are sneaking up around you to some extent. Be aware of them, because it's almost like they're afraid for you to be gone too long. And it becomes worse because usually what they've gotten used to is people feeling a sense of insecurity and retracting back to their old ways. This energy in particular that I'm talking about today has gotten so used to, like, repetitively, this is like something that they're so used to. People always being used by them and still coming back for more. People, no, let me rephrase that. People always being afraid of losing them, so they stop their growth. They get afraid of straying too far because they feel like they're not going to be able to have something like them. But your energy is the opposite of that. It's that you've got everything that you need. You want to share it. So this energy that I'm looking at today is an energy that's actually quite needy. Maybe as needy as, I'm going to be frank with you here, as you, for a deep and thorough connection. But they're willing to play a darker game. These energies are willing to hurt you if it makes, like I mentioned, if it makes it difficult for you to do what you do best, which is grow on your own. And it makes me so sad because it's a very selfish thing to do. There's a video I'm going to make after this one, which is kind of going to be tagging along from this topic, but it's quite different. It's such a strong energy of needing to keep everyone around them from growing past what they've grown. It's like whatever is beyond this line, beyond this vibration for this energy, whatever is ahead of this vibration is something that they've been scared of so much. And you seem to be in that same frequency as they are, but actually unafraid of going past the border that they're standing, the threshold that they're standing at. You've gone past that. And this energy seems to be coming back from wherever you left them, just to poke at you, just to make it feel like it's hard for you to be alone, because it's the opposite. It's so easy for you to move on. It's so easy for you to just recenter yourself, and the longer that they're gone, for them it's bad for business. And because I'm picking up an energy like this energy could actually go as far as really coming through for you. But I don't know where it would stand. If it's a friendship, if it's a business partnership, if it's a relationship, whatever it is, it could be multiple things. It doesn't really, to me, this energy doesn't ring secure because it doesn't have a leg to stand on. Like, this energy is willing to do basically anything to not see what they feel like could be a worst case scenario. Take this how it resonates. Because you've gone past that threshold. You are approaching what they did not approach. And it's something solitary. It's something on your own. If this is a twin flame situation, which I feel like for a lot of you would probably resonate as that, keep going. And take your time. If this energy chooses to show its face, which I really highly doubt it, but for some it might, it comes with a lot of baggage. And that baggage is unstable. Meaning, this energy is coming only to stop you. You know what I mean? And it might not even be aware of it. So that's even worse. With that being said, I'm going to leave this video here. I felt like I was all about business today. You know, I mean, I was short of like having a ruler around. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know if you resonated with it. And as usual, I don't reach out, and I will be having a membership reading for those of you who don't want a private reading. Membership reading up in tomorrow. I'm probably going to do 2 of them this month. Just a special treat. Yeah, that's all. So, until next time, bye.